Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is video 2 of 2 for today.
But first, a brand new product from our sponsor.
Exter, check out the new tracker cards. I've been using mine for a long time. Never lost my wallet. This one is a new, sleeker design.
Yes.
It's a lot thinner. I love it.
Yeah,
6
when I
months
first saw
battery
it,
life.
it was a little bit of a fatty boy, and
No,
battery
no.
life was a little, reduced. This one, extended battery life, thin as a credit card. This is the one. I'm really glad that Extra keeps innovating. So never lose your wallet. And even if you think that this is in, I don't know, in a different state, and you have yours, you'll get a notification if it goes too far, so you know what the heck is going on. Where's my wallet?
Yeah, it
I've
uses,
upgraded. No,
Yeah.
you can't too.
it uses Apple Find My, which is the most popular one. So you'll be able to find all your stuff. You can even say, "Hey Siri, where's my phone?" That kind of stuff. So check it
Cool.
out. And there's discount codes down below.
All right, Alex, what the heck else has been going on in gaming news?
Fallout 4 next gen update is 14 gigs.
Oh, okay.
It
I've
breaks
been
all of
wanting to
your
play.
That's
modded.
cool. I'm so happy we're getting an update. Like, it's like, damn, I bet you Todd is like, fuck. I didn't realize so many people would like, we should have had a mini game ready or something, but I guess
It was
he's
a
still
great
happy
series.
because
It was a good
people are
series.
downloading.
People
I
are
mean, you
buying
still
it.
have to buy and still engage, and the fucking 76 is probably getting a bunch. But I don't know.
is.
People tell
Yeah,
me
it
it's
is.
much better.
I
now,
see
so.
a whole
Lots
bunch of
of people.
people streaming that now.
Yeah.
76, so...
So the update's 14 gigs. It breaks all of your modded saves and doesn't really change much at all.
Oh.
So people are not super pleased with it.
In fact, they'd rather not even have it, right?
Yeah, the most searched and downloaded mod right now for Fallout is how to remove the next gen update. And
Right, it's not what they thought it would be. Yeah, I'd rather just play it as it came out back then. That's cool.
the next gen patch, according to PC Gamer, does not introduce any graphical improvements. So there's a bunch of visual bugs. There is one bug they did fix, and this is something that I have experienced. So it resolved an issue that could cause corruption within the settlement system, resulting in the wrong resource counts and or destroyed settlements. That happened quite frequently. So congratulations, you fixed one bug, but you broke a bunch of other stuff, which
Bethesda,
is
though.
Bethesda. I mean, it's just like if you
Yeah.
expected anything different, you are a new fan.
Yeah.
So
First time?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, first time.
Yeah. So hopefully they spend now that this is out, all of their workforce can be working on Starfield and making sure that that game.
Ain't nobody working on Starfield. That's a skeleton crew. They've already moved on, even though there's an upcoming DLC expansion. I don't know how they made it, but that one guy made it.
Yeah.
That sucks, 'cause I was so looking forward to that game. Now I'm just like, whatever, I'm done.
They had like that was like
done.
almost a 1 hour video. It's like, oh man, Starfield's gonna be so sweet, and it was we got duped.
Yeah, they probably are. Actually, they probably made the majority of it when they made the other one. That's
This is
just-
making me mad now.
They lied to you.
Yeah.
That known liar Todd Howard lied to you. You're
No, not that. I was like, maybe it's an enjoyable. It wasn't even enjoyable.
it doesn't even have good bones.
It doesn't.
Yeah. So
It doesn't.
yeah.
I already knew that the universe was kind of lame. It's like, wait, so there's not going to be any. I kept hoping that the story would open up at the very end and like show something cool to be like, yeah, man,
Cool
I could
planets to
see.
explore.
Yeah, cool
I can see the
plans, something
future for this
different,
game.
But it's like, okay, it's beer and there's
I can't
nothing to
see the
do.
future for the game afterwards. I think they're gonna abandon that franchise and focus on other things. So, but I could be wrong. Maybe Starfield 2 is gonna be fucking sweet, and they'll have to do something with the story. They'll be like, now the aliens are invading.
Best
Now there's
part was-
multiple races in the galaxy, and
Something
I
will
wish-
happen.
we condensed
what I
the planets
wanted.
into one, and all that stuff about none of that happened.
I would have
The
been happy.
Starfighter-
I would have been happy with just 5 planets. I don't need like hundreds of them. Just give me 5.
5
5. Yes,
but
well developed.
planets, and then maybe not flying into glitter. Like
Yeah.
that whole
Best
thing was-
part was it was on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good part.
Embracer CEO Lars Wingefors says, I'm sure I deserve a lot of criticism in reference to
The layouts.
the everything, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking about acquiring a bunch of companies, realizing you probably shouldn't have acquired a bunch of companies. Your focus was not to make good games, because remember that what he said was going to become their focus. And previously their focus wasn't making new games. And then they closed a lot of companies, some legendary ones. and then now they've split the company into 3 separate companies. So kind of recognizing.
Yeah, he fucked up big time, and I'm sure he still got paid at the CEO level, and it didn't fucking matter. And what, is he still in charge too? Probably, yes.
He's like
okay, cool.
Lathering himself with all the money. He's like, yeah, I guess I do deserve all the criticism.
Embracer CEO Lars Winge-Fors.
So he says, I'm sure I deserve a lot of criticism, but I don't think my team or companies deserve all the criticism. I could take a lot of that blame myself. Do you give him any credit for putting it on his shoulders?
No, that's what you are. You are, if you are worth, let's see, billionaire net worth 1.1 billion. Yeah, you're in charge, so you get all the criticism. Especially when you were the one doing all the stupid, idiot, fucked up shit.
You're the team captain. That's usually what happens.
Mm-hmm. And he just goes on to kind of defend his company and just say, look, this is, there were some things out of his control, a lot of things in his control, and then just kind of the way things happen. So the companies are moving forward. We did a news video on it 2 weeks ago talking about like the different companies that it's splitting into. I think it's a better management system because there will be kind of like with like, and they'll have people in charge of those companies that rather than have the people who are making like some of your indie games also overseeing the board games. They don't know the board games. It's like, man,
what are you doing here? Like you don't have any experience.
But games are in the title, Joe. Okay. So wasn't exactly good over there. So he's taking a little bit of the blame on himself. Speaking of CEOs making bad fucking decisions, did you know that Facebook has lost $1 billion every month on VR since June of 2022?
I did not, but I believe you.
So they have lost over $45 billion on virtual reality and the metaverse since 2020.
Holy shit.
That is a lot of fucking money. Like a lot. That's, I think the estimates for EA was like sub $10 billion. So that's 4 or 5 EAs they've lost just trying to make digital.
It says they made $440 million. But they spent $4.3 billion.
Yeah,
it's a good return right there.
Yeah, that's not a great return. Yeah,
it's all because Facebook or Meta, rather, is trying to find a space where aside from cell phones, like these cell phone companies control everything with the communications, and they're like, what is going to be the next cell phone? What can make us this money that we can own and we can, people come to us only for, and the cell phones company have to come to us, and they thought it was VR, virtual reality, or AR or VR, and virtual workspaces where everybody has floating fucking torsos.
No legs.
And no legs.
They still don't have legs?
No, I think they were working on legs. I don't know.
Well, that was like, we did that like years, like a year ago. I think we did that.
We
talked
about
a year ago.
Zuckerberg had, but they were fake.
Now legs.
Yeah, but now we have legs. It's like that's the feature that's going to give everyone legs.
So if you look at this, despite owning a VR division to be bleeding money, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg has recently vowed to increase spending overall at Meta to turn it into the quote-unquote leading AI company in the world. Okay, so now they're going to pivot a little bit. They're going to be like, yeah, well, I guess maybe we'll still do VR and AR, but how about AI, huh? This is a field we can dominate. It's not like, but AI is not, it's not fucking
it is now.
It's not fuck it. What's the word? Not prioritize, but proprietary. Got it. Yeah. It's not there's going to be multiple different people creating their AI bits, and then those AI are creating AI, and it's like you can't really corner a market on that. So
they open up Pandora's box.
Yeah, they could have bought ChatGPT
in a rush to stay relevant and try to make money. They fuck the entire world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
All right, you heard it here first in the Angry Joe Show.
We predict in trouble.
Meta brings about Skynet because they were trying to find a way to make up all the money they lost on their stupid fucking
it's
VR.
It's the same thing with like mad scientists. Like, we're so close. I can taste. It's like, no, you can't do this, and then they create a monster.
That's why ethics should be a mandatory course in all of these programs.
And then in response to that what I just said, we want to spend more money and turn it into the leading AI company in the world that apparently spooked investors and caused a 12% loss in share value in the wake of that
you
statement.
can spend more money. The returns have been dismal right now. I'm pulling out.
And then the infrastructure. The other thing is, like, not only have they lost that much money, but they've also spent a ton of money building these systems, and it sounds like they're just going to abandon them, which kind of makes sense because let me read this so the VR people don't get mad at me. VR sales are down across the board in all sectors. Companies are not investing in it. So it says VR sales are down among consumers. Companies aren't investing in the VR workplace future that Meta has pushed. And even Apple's expensive AR headset seems to be flopping. It's just not getting the traction that people want. AI is getting the traction, so it kind of makes sense to pivot. But then you're burning down everything that you had just spent 4 years. And all of these investors are like, well, you've been losing all of this money. Were you going to ever show anything for it? And it turns out no. The money was truly just lit on fire. And then now they're going to make stuff.
The VR people get mad at you. Are there some VR diehards?
Yes.
We are VR troopers.
Oh, yeah. They get mad when we're like, hey, I don't think the system is worth it. It's like, you just don't understand.
Troopers.
Yeah, they said these guys shouldn't be talking about stuff they don't know nothing about.
Yeah.
It's true.
They are VR troopers.
Yeah, they are.
That was a good shit.
I
though.
can't get it out of my head ever since when I was a kid. Now, anytime I see VR, I go, we are VR troopers.
VR troopers.
Yeah.
That's a good show.
It's like until you have 3,000 hours in
Somewhat.
Pavlov, you can't talk about it. So
Okay, well, interesting. MetaQuest and the Metaverse is a hilarious joke to me, and I find it quite entertaining. And I'm interested to see, do they continue, on this burning train moving at 100 miles an hour via VR, or do they switch tracks and go on to the burning on fire 200 mile an hour AI thing?
do you want? Well, let's just expand on this. Do you want to hear about the top 8 most expensive virtual real estate properties?
Oh,
yes,
yeah, of course.
I do now.
Now, already no, because you're saying digital real estate.
Well,
you can go fuck yourself.
That was a huge thing back in the day.
What do you mean?
Because they gave, like, Snoop Dogg property in the VR, a whole bunch of other people. It's like, oh, you can live next to this person. It's like,
that's the meta chain or blockchain bullshit.
Yeah, well, so in the metaverse, there was virtual land that was acquired for $4.3 million.
Right.
Yes.
In December of 2021.
And now?
So it's not worth shit.
35% off their deals. You could live next to Drake.
$200 now. I still wouldn't buy it for $200.
No.
Even if
got shit to do with $200.
Even if you could live next to Drake, the problem with that, well, never mind.
I knew you were gonna go after that joke after I said Drake. I was like, fuck.
Here's some badass parties.
Well, no schools in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
right
let's talk about good stuff.
That's good right there.
You want to talk about good stuff?
Yes.
Manor Lords.
Manor Lords.
They have 1 million sales, 170,000 concurrent players.
And I'm happy to hear it because this is a one-man developer, Greg, and guess what? Greg is a fan of the Angry Joe Show, and he sent over a little bit for us here so that we can be equipped when we get into Manor Lords. Finish!
You've been chosen, Joe. You've been chosen to govern a land of great peril and promise.
I'm ready to destroy the bandits.
You look like a bird, though.
Oh, my God. This is real leather up in here.
Oh, you could definitely kill someone with that,
yeah.
It smells good. I like the smell of leather. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Is it rich Corinthian leather?
All right, here. I'll put the face shield up. Hello?
That hurt my ears.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, thanks, man. Thanks for this cool little gift he sent over.
Take care of
it. Yeah. Oh, you said
Mineral
that. You've
oil.
been chosen to govern a land of great peril and promise. The journey will be fraught with bandits and rival barons. May this guard you against the dangers that lie before you. Maintenance instructions. Use mineral oil or wax to prevent rusting. Yeah, this is legit. So, thank you. Slavic Magic. That's great. That's Greg's development. That's actually, there's a story behind this name, and you can kind of tell maybe that's why he's an Angry Joe Show fan, because Slavic Magic is a Witcher meme.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, you know, it has to do with the dialogue and how things come together. And then I guess he thought that was funny. So he's like, yeah, my company is now Slavic Magic. And Hooded Horse, helping them publish the game. So thank y'all. We played it several times. Go check out our Twitch. It's fun. It's like this relaxing thing. It's not a Total War game, and it's not finished. Okay, if you were to give me the review right now, I don't think Greg would like my review because it's to be fair, it's in early access. Okay, it's not in full release, and it's on Game Pass.
Yeah,
so it's
I've been
fucking amazing.
It's also on
there's
sale.
no reason why you shouldn't be playing it right now. It's just rough in the sense that you really have to. There's not like an extensive tutorial. So people who play these games will know what to do, and they can help coach you through. You can watch YouTube videos. You can do that. I need him to put in a little bit more explanation for some of these things. And then right now, the AI is only off map. So occasionally you'll fight some bandits that don't put up a fight, and then maybe every once in a while some troops will come. But I don't look at it like a, battler. I look at it as a fun city creation because that's what works right now. That fully works. It's fun to just walk around as Lord, and I think I saw Superman. I don't know what I saw. There was some fun stuff. Or actually, they tweeted at us. We make that the Happy Joe show. So
I played over the weekend a little bit. Just been using it, like you said, as a city builder. Been doing my little tavern.
He always makes taverns. It's like
you gotta make a tavern.
Your people are starving to death. He's like, we must make beer. It's like, but your people are starving to death. Everyone in his cities are homeless and hungry, but they're drunk, so it's fine. So,
the morale is through the roof.
Through the roof, yeah.
Yeah, somebody did, so Manor Lords tweeted, this is a bit crazy. Thanks, everyone, for giving the game a chance. And then he showed how, successful the concurrent players.
There's a lot of players.
Blowing Suicide Squad out of the water, by the way, on a
that's
small
one story
budget.
later.
And then somebody posted a video of one of the Lords walking around with his badass cape, but then he starts flying in the air, and it looks like Superman. And Manor Lords replied, and he goes, something tells me Angry Joe Show might see potential here for a certain rebranding. And he's referencing rebranding. So I replied with the picture, Happy Joe Show, So to know that joke, that Greg's a legit fan, and he does watch the show. So, what's up, Greg?
Yeah.
We like your game, man, and we can't wait for it to be in full release.
It's also on sale, so if you don't have Game Pass, it's 25% off on Steam right now. So I think it's great. If you like city builders, I would recommend picking it up.
Yes, city builders, and then the more combat, and then the on-map AI is coming. That's when I'm going to be really excited about it, because then I can go in there with troops and fuck everybody up and have that second element.
They've got a giant castle, and you're just like, oh.
I'm not ready.
Uh-oh.
My band of drunk misfits.
Yeah.
But he's constantly updating the game. He has, help, and it's just an amazing experience. So check it out. And thank you to Hooded Horse and Slavic Magic and Greg.
We got some more good news this week. The FCC has reinstated net neutrality, citing that broadband access to the internet is a critical conduit that is essential for modern life. This is something they came back many, many years ago. So it got signed in 2015. Then it was overturned 2 years later. There was a guy in charge of the FCC who was working for formerly of Verizon, and then guess where he went after he left?
Oh, and it's almost like we fucking knew that and when we reported on it. And
but it's back, and so this means that the opportunity for some of these companies to do internet fast lanes, giving preferential treatment to certain consumers or businesses, is going to go away. And so this is just a good thing.
Yes.
The internet's one of those.
A good story for a win for the open internet instead of fucking all these companies having too much control over that.
Yeah. But on the opposite end of that, the U.S. is now banning TikTok. So it has officially happened this week. So
wait, before we go there, I want to do a little bit more on net neutrality. So just to, because it is a complex issue, like what does that mean? I don't understand. So it's like net neutrality is a shorthand for the principle that internet service providers shouldn't be allowed to discriminate in the types of traffic. So, for example, you could see the ISPs throttling traffic from competitors. Like, so you try to go to this website, it's all fucking shitty. And then you over here, like stuff that wasn't Elon Musk doing something like that on Twitter, like
oh, absolutely,
kind of slowing shit down.
He was making sure that people
rivals and stuff like that. Yeah, that's fucked up. That kind of is what this is, talking about or related to this. It's like stop that bullshit. So, like for example, Comcast owns NBC Universal, for example, and could theoretically prioritize traffic to their streaming service Peacock while degrading the video quality of Netflix. And it's like,
nothing on Peacock.
Fuck that. I don't need this kind of corporate warfare. I just want to watch something, goddammit.
Yeah.
So, the FCC initially, under that idiot Assange or whatever his name was, and he basically, was in the pocket of some of these companies, so he allowed that.
Of course.
But luckily, people were fighting back against it. But they managed to do a lot of misinformation to get a lot of people confused on it, and so they were supporting him, and you had a lot of people supporting the companies, and it's like, that always bothers me so much when it's like the sole objective of a company is to just make money and make your life worse while trying to make as much money as possible.
Every time the consumer will lose.
And there's some people out there that are just like, no regulation on anything. Let them run wild. It's like, what is wrong with you?
Wow,
and then you realize that he's driving around in a yacht and his fucking car is like, oh, that's why. And now I understand. Because you think about, don't you care about people and having open internet and having a good experience? No, I don't give a fucking shit.
Just brand all over his fucking Lamborghini.
Right. So, anyways, it's a win because we are kind of reversing some of that kind of stuff. And now, granted, a lot of these companies, I think, even when that was initially going on, they didn't immediately switch to, okay, let's fucking do it now, right? Because they were afraid of what would fucking happen. Yeah. But I think that they were just going to let it die down. 10 years go by. Now we do it and do it in small bits. And it's like, what? This is legal. What are you talking about? And to where people isn't noticing. So I'm glad that we are regulating this so that it doesn't get out of control. Yeah. So, okay. So that's a little bit more context on that. The FCC voted to restore net neutrality after about 6 years, so that there's even more hurdles to these companies doing that. Because guess what? These companies are probably still going to try to do that shit, even with all this stuff. And it's like they'll apologize after. That's obviously how a lot of this stuff works. Okay.
All right. So
what you got?
In the TikTok banned in the United States, so they're going to have 9 months to.
Holy shit! This is huge. Wait a minute. It's not. It didn't really happen, right? Because they needed to do the ban in the House, then they needed to do a ban in the Senate, and then the president needs to be like, okay, yeah, let's do this ban.
Yep.
So this is legit.
This is legit. And so, before you mentioned it, but the past 2 administrations both wanted to do this.
Right.
So this is not something
Republican,
that it's like both
Democrat,
branches.
In fact, probably I don't know who wants to do it more. They both want to do it.
They both wanted to do it, and so they've got 9 months to. It has to sell the platform in the next 9 months, and then there's people.
So TikTok needs to divest and sell instead of Tencent owning it.
It's ByteDance.
ByteDance instead of owning it, somebody else would own it, and then the U.S. will allow them to continue to.
Yeah, and so the problem with this, well, there's a million problems with this. One, what is it actually doing, right? And so it's like, can they just simply sell to a shell company and then meet the legal requirements? Of fucking course they can. Can they simply challenge this through the courts? Absolutely. But the way that our courts are right now, like who fucking knows what's going to happen? And then what links us to gaming news is if you're talking about a Chinese-owned company that tracks user data, what do you fucking think Fortnite is? Fortnite is owned, like majorly owned by Tencent. League of Legends is entirely owned by Tencent. And so like we've talked about them in the past. I think isn't Discord, like a huge percentage of Discord is owned by them as well. So there's a lot of issues with them potentially banning this. Now the people who voted on this has information that we don't. So the U.S. government's motivation in banning TikTok, the government says it's going after them specifically for national security interests. We are not the only country to have done so for national security.
Yeah.
Thinking that the Chinese government could be using this data and using this information to destabilize, influence elections, doing a huge variety of things. But I don't know how much it's going to change because ByteDance could just simply go, cool, we're selling to ABC Corp. It is a very legal and very new American company owned by me. If they want to give me a bunch of money, I will say that I own it.
Owned by 9 cent.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with 10 cent.
Yeah. So
okay, this
they'll
is
find a little
interesting.
loophole.
I'm confused. Like, okay, what does this mean for fucking average users? Is what we want to know.
For the next 9 months, nothing.
Yeah.
What about the TikTok influencers?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't care
No,
about
TikTok
those
is not going to suddenly disappear from your phone.
Yeah.
Nor will you go to jail if you continue using it after it's banned. After years of attempts to ban the Chinese-owned app, including former President Donald Trump, a measure to outlaw the popular video-sharing app has won, congressional approval. It's on its way to President Biden for a signature. This is older because President Biden just signed it on Wednesday. And then, so that now they have 9 months to sell the company with a possible additional 3 months if a sale is currently in progress.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then it'll be banned. So when does it go into ban? Alex already covered that. And then what if I already downloaded TikTok, which is used by 170 million Americans? Do you have TikTok?
I do not.
Do you have TikTok? I don't have TikTok. I guess we are the rarity.
We're old geezers.
We are old.
So
yeah, it is
45.
younger. It's for younger people.
You're 45.
Damn, Joe, you 45?
Yeah.
You 54?
Close.
45, 54. Anyways, it most likely won't disappear from your phone, even if the ban does take effect, but it would disappear from the Apple and Google app stores, which means users won't be able to download it. This would also mean that TikTok would not be able to send updates, security patches, bug fixes, and over time, that app would likely become unusable because of the way phones are these days, the constant updates, and then it
would
breaks.
also be a major security risk if they're talking about a non-updated app on your phone. So the people like, I'll just keep it and never update. It's like, cool. That's how.
Yeah.
The thing that they're worried about is stealing everyone's data, which is already happening anyway. And they're actually going to get you.
Like, it's fucking stupid. But I guess they're like, look, okay, here's the counter argument. It's like, yeah, but this is actually Chinese owned. This is actually going, like, this could be a security risk. If they felt like they wanted to start spreading propaganda, they could very easily do that. So that is legit. But surely there are workarounds. Teenagers are known for circumventing parental controls and bans when it comes to social media. So dodging the U.S. government's ban is certainly not outside the realm of possibilities. So you users could try to mask their location using VPN. They can say, fuck you, don't tell me what to do. I'm going to use the VPN. Virtual private networks are alternative app stores, or even installing a foreign SIM card. But as you can tell, that's going to take some work. So not a majority of people aren't going to fucking do that if it does get banned. And it's not clear it's going to completely work. So the TikTok bill relies heavily on the control that Apple and Google maintain over those smartphone platforms, because the bill's primary mechanism is to direct Apple and Google to stop allowing the TikTok app on their app stores. So there's ways around it. It's like, what's the third? Nobody. Yeah.
You see a lot of. You mentioned the horrible thing. TikTok influencer talk about how this is it's their free speech, and the U.S. government is worried about free speech, and that's what it's. That's not the case. This will probably just get replaced by Vine 2.0. Wasn't Vine?
Vine was a
what came before Vine?
There's always going to be a new.
No,
app.
it's Vine. Vine was the first big popular one, right?
And then it just disappeared, and then
and then it went on to other things.
Else. Yeah,
there might have been one.
The problem is the Chinese government. We know this through we did news stories on Tencent a couple years ago.
Yeah,
the Chinese government at will can search the databases of like the Tencent servers. Tencent doesn't like this. They've publicly stated they don't want them to do it, but they have the ability to do so. So when a company, ByteDance or Tencent, is operating there, that data could very easily just get moved over, and we don't know the rate or how frequently that's being done, and that's why it's scary. Yeah. So Discord, again, so it's 38%. So if you're sending out personal stuff, There could be.
Yeah, but see, that's a percentage. This is wholly owned. So the worry stems from like there's an authoritarian government in China, and when China's like, this is what we want now, ByteDance is like, okay. And then they just give it everything. And so you don't know, and that's a little less so for these partially owned companies, but probably still happens.
Yeah.
And that's why, like you were saying, and most data experts are saying, well, it's like, well, they could easily get the information on those Americans in other ways.
Yeah.
It's like they can rent or sell personal information. It says here, lawmakers and some administration officials have also expressed concern that China could potentially direct or influence ByteDance to suppress or boost TikTok content that are favorable to its own interests and spread propaganda. TikTok, for its part, has denied assertions that it can be used as a tool for the Chinese government,
which is how
even though they're wholly owned by a Chinese company that has to obey the Chinese government if they say do this.
Yeah, that's how you know that they're a liar, because that statement is 100% false.
Yeah. The company has also said that it has never shared U.S. data with Chinese authorities and won't do so if it's asked. So you just have to trust them. Just trust us.
Just U.S. data?
Yeah. U.S.
You think if they
we have never shared U.S. user data.
But what about other countries' user data?
Yeah. Well, they also shared America's user data, just not the U.S.'s user data. They shared North America's user data.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
They thought that the U.S. meant us.
Us.
Like you and me. Yes. I haven't shared our data, but the other 170 million Americans. Listen, I've got no horse in this race. That is what all of this.
It's a young man's game.
It's a young man's game,
There'll be something else to replace it.
Pretty much all
something happens to that
cousins and all my family members that are younger do have TikTok, so I'm sure they're going to be fucking pissed.
They'll find a way to sell it to a shell company, which always happens. If not,
this has happened before. I forget what app it was, and I don't remember the app. Scurvy, no, it's something. Scurvy's on
Pirates.
That's a pirate.
I was thinking pirates.
There was some app and they had to divest or something like that. But I think based upon that and people asking ByteDance if they were going to do something similar, they're like, no, we're not going to do that. So it's a bit of a Cold War. It's a bit of, I guess we don't know what's going to happen next. So this is going to be a story that we will definitely be updating. Will ByteDance, submit and divest and allow other, so that they're not wholly beholden to a authoritarian government? I don't know.
Or is this just posturing? Because League of Legends would have to be sold too, because it meets all of the qualifications.
Right, for user data. But the thing is, they can't push they can't push social media propaganda through League of Legends quite as effectively as they could through TikTok. And also, a lot of the government officials, people that are working on, in the Pentagon and working on Capitol Hill, they don't download League of Legends on their phones, which have access.
You don't actually. That is not true, because AOC played League of Legends on Twitch.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then I saw this one video where Biden, Obama, and Trump were playing League of Legends, and they were arguing with each other like children.
Where's my jungle?
That happened. So. Those three presidents are actually owned by Tencent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Okay.
Cool.
It'll accomplish nothing, is my opinion.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
It'll accomplish very little, and it's, and honestly, do I really see a populace be able to be wouldn't kids know, like, what the fuck? They got fucking, Yao Ming or whatever, or so just whoever wants to push a particular message for a particular current event, or the Chinese government, trying to, make them seem way better than they are. Aren't you going to notice? Aren't kids going to be like, this has nothing to do with the latest TikTok dance or the current trend. I don't fuck this.
I think they absolutely could. And the people, I think the average person wouldn't notice it. Because especially if it's all the people that you're following, and they're only showing the ones that are pro one side and not anti the other sides. Yeah, and they don't have to be all or nothing. They can just very easily steer people in the right direction. And that's how you sway an entire populace at once, which is
Yeah, it can be dangerous and it very subtle and somewhat sinister. You know, like especially if the government does take control and say do this, you know, bite dance, and then bite dance has to do it.
All right.
Interesting.
That's it for this. OJ has the most important news story of the week.
Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League is in panic mode. Shocker.
Is it a new event?
Breaking news.
Is panic mode a new event?
What is the new low for this fucking game?
Well, since I don't even want to call him the Joker. The Clown
Junkler.
Man, the Junkler
the
came
Clown
out.
Man.
It was not very. It wasn't well received. Everyone's like, "Oh, we got to play how many hours and do this?" And no, we don't like it. So now they announced a huge emergency changes.
Oh. So this is the patch where the game gets fun?
Yeah, I'm sorry. They would have to completely fucking redevelop.
Some of these things are just like, this isn't in the game.
Yeah,
it's like, all right.
Small patches.
First one we got is you can now get all tiers of Infamy sets from Master 1, even if higher ones will be more rare than lower ones. Number 2, the difference between the difficulty and power of different tier sets will be flattened more, and tier 3s will be easiest to leverage with any play style.
Why that privacy screen on your phone, Joe? What you doing all day long, huh? What kind of shit you looking up there?
TikToks.
Look at it from a slight angle. It's
TikTok.
completely black, and then I move here. It's completely good.
Why
I gotta
look at
give
my
me
shit?
one of those.
Yeah, why look at my
What kind
shit?
of stuff is you looking? Can't see
Number
shit.
3, there'll be 4
Do I
new
do like
master
this?
grades, different levels of power for these weapons that will increase with higher mastery levels.
So even
you
more
can also
weapons?
you can also craft master versions of equipment.
Joe, just stop reading this crap.
But this is their emergency changes.
No, that's the
this
emergency.
just came out.
You know what that is? That's just a normal patch note, and they put at the top, emergency. We're really taking this serious.
But this last one, though, the last one right here. Corrupted items are sort of Diablo-style ancient items that are super rare. Notorious drops will be increased high stats.
Whoa! Notorious drops will be increased with some high stats. Man, fuck that.
So
we looked it up previously, and they just broke a new record. The amount of players in Suicide Squad is now lower than the amount of players in a dead game. Marvel's Avengers has right now 159, and Suicide Squad has 154 or 155. This is updating in real time, so they're like literally neck and neck right now. Suicide Squad, a game that came out after. This game just came out, and Avengers is a dead game.
But there's more cooler ones, Joe.
God damn it! All right, give us the cooler ones.
You will now be able to break down items you don't want from the mission's complete screen, rather than them going automatically.
Oh,
Gunk
how
up
generous
your
of
inventory.
you! We can now break down shit we don't want.
But you didn't. There's no new modes or new enemy types. Or?
Alex, you will be able to craft legendary items from previous episodes of the game.
Oh, wow, we can craft those now. Even though
Prometheum's
we already have them. There were previous episodes of the game. Well, I guess they're probably talking about Battle Pass, stupid shit. I don't know.
Prometheum costs will be lowered for all incursion missions.
George, you trying to read every fucking bullet point?
There's a lot of it.
Fuck that.
That did take a long time. The Prometheum, that was the one we had to put 1,000 in each, and then it's like, oh, you want to play those cool missions? Grind for 3 hours.
now
That's
they
a good
did it.
update, Joe.
Now they
That's
did
a
it.
good update.
Emergency! Yeah, I'm still not going to play it.
No, they would have to announce, like, hey, guys, we're
I'll
redesigning
put the
gameplay.
rest.
We're doing 10 new enemy types. You know how we have 5 enemy types in the game? We're going to add 10 more. And we're going to unlock, in these seasonal things, we're going to unlock the character up front, and then you're going to play cool missions with them.
Yeah.
You're not going to play boring missions to unlock the character to then play the same boring missions that you just did. So it's like, it's simple, basic 101 stuff, and we love it. We love laughing at their expense, and it's a sad state to see Rocksteady in this. And I love how every update is like, you know, there's this level of cope and nothing's wrong and the building's on fire and they're just like so proud of all the
It's
the
only been 3
individual
months too,
changes.
right? Because it was in February.
Oh my God,
2
are you
months.
serious?
I mean, yes, if
Yeah,
you
just
were
about.
round up,
3
yeah.
Yeah,
months.
just about. But they're
And
already
it's
in crisis.
deader than
crisis
Marvel
mode
Avengers,
already.
which have been announced. It is no longer a game.
There was like 10, 15 people in our chat when we played that game that were constantly talking up how amazing the game is and how we are dumb and this game's going to last forever. And I really want to pull up their names and just be like, hey, you still playing?
Just read them off.
Yeah, like this you.
Yeah.
So
This is the-
Dickbag177,
this is the
we
best
were
game
right.
ever. This you.
This you.
Yeah.
This you.
Like, well, look, man, we're just trying to help you. We
He's
see
one
it.
of the 154 players
we
right now.
see it.
Dickbag117.
We're just trying to help you.
Yeah. I like how Opera, again, last week was like, you don't need to put up these public things. You can just email, direct message all the people playing because there's so few of them.
Yeah.
Opera, by the way, sponsored the Angry Joe Show in the past and a great browser. Check it out. All right, well, that's what I got. Just some more.
I got
Suicide
more
Squad
bullet
update.
points. You
God damn it. Okay, Joe.
kidding,
No,
I'm
give me
kidding.
one more.
I'm
Did
kidding,
you want
I'm
one more?
kidding.
Is there one more? Did you do one more? Or did you do them all?
No, I didn't do them all.
Give me one more.
There will be 3 more invasion difficulty levels for Metropolis open world itself. Given that it's too easy if you have a crazy strong endgame build.
So they just everything's more spongy.
These will have unique rewards
That
and
doesn't make sense.
resources.
There's
and
25
XP gains.
mastery levels in the game. You can go and fucking do it harder and harder and harder. But okay, we're gonna add 3 more.
Well, they already
difficulty
found the
levels.
best endgame build, and it's
Okay.
too easy. So now they added 3 more difficulty levels.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
What's his name? That has the most powerful build amongst these 154 players. What's his name?
Sure. Wait.
Steven.
Oh, I thought you were
Steven?
What's the player that plays the most and has the most powerful
I thought
build.
you said his name was Dick
Oh,
Bag.
no, it's Eugene. Eugene has the most powerful build, so that was made specifically to kind of, nerf Eugene.
We have to nerf Eugene. He's too strong.
He's making a
There's
game.
like 50 developers making a game for one guy.
Fuck you, Eugene. You're making me miss my wife and kids. Working the
Please stop
weekends.
playing with Eugene. I want to go home. And Eugene just throwing the chinos.
This game's too easy.
Mom, bathroom.
And he's
Mom.
typing. These developers are idiots. They don't know how to fucking
Now it
But
actually
stop
makes
it, he's dead.
Eugene.
I'm sorry.
Brainiac's dead.
I'm sorry.
it makes a little bit of sense because if you want to feel special in this, kind of crazy, lonely internet world, playing a game where there's more developers than players, you have people technically working for you.
There
so
you
it's
go.
Like,
Look at
in a
that.
small way, it
Way to
makes
be
sense.
optimistic.
Well, guys, we gotta go. We're very busy. We have to go play more Suicide Squad. So
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Gotta get to Eugene.
Eugene's
catch
leaving us
you.
in the dust. So thank you guys so much for watching.
Yes,
thank you
thank
to
you, Exter.
Exter, one of our awesome sponsors. If you don't have this product, what's
Check
wrong
out
with
the new
you?
gadgets.
Check it out. The wallets are so fucking cool, and this is a new thing that'll help you always know where your wallet is at and never lose it. So
Yep.
we will see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, everyone.